We got some more questions for you all today that we answered, and we have messages.
Messages.
Hey everybody, this is Heath and Bernadette.
Nobody calls me Bernadette.
I know.
That's my name, but
sometimes I call her Bernadette when I'm upset with her. We got some questions, some very good questions this week. So one I thought was quite interesting. She says, I've been in a relationship with my boyfriend for 2 years. We live together and he recently lost his job. Okay, let me first say that I'm not a proponent of couples living together. Because one, spiritually living together is one of those things that you should not be doing. Mm-hmm. I believe. But I ain't got no heaven nor hell to place you into. That's just my personal belief. But I also don't believe that people should live together unless they're married, because the throes in the close quarter combat that happens within a marriage is for people who have decided that they're going to be committed to live together and be with one another in marriage. And what happens many times is when you live together, the close quarter combat that happens during a marriage, that causes conflict that your relationship is not mature enough to handle. And as a result, you end up dealing with married-like issues in a dating relationship stage. Your dating relationship is not mature enough to handle. It hasn't been strengthened enough to be able to handle the maturity that a marriage requires it to be handled. Because a marriage, you need to be mature to handle that stuff in and of yourself.
What if people been together a long time, like 15 years, and then
15 years?
Well, I agree. There's some people out there, like, I don't know. People say,
"Oh, we've been married 5 years, but we've been together 20."
Yeah, see,
and then they move.
That's a whole lot
move in.
Yeah,
I'm just saying.
That's a whole lot of reasons why that they didn't pull the trigger a lot sooner. I mean, that's too many hypotheticals to get into.
So what about the people in this day and age? People say they move in together because it's cheap. Because it's
get a roommate. Yeah. I mean, go move back home with your mama or your daddy. I mean, that's not a reason to put your relationship at risk of being in the drama and the chaos and the confusion that a marriage causes. If you're not able to maturely handle, the financial need of living together, that's not going to make you mature enough to handle it.
I want to throw all those questions out
there.
Okay,
what else you got?
Some of the people might want to know because they might be these situations. Okay. Read.
Okay.
If y'all grew up in church, you know what that is. Anyway,
stop.
Sorry.
Okay. A year ago, he was laid off, unemployed for some time, then found another job. Is it appropriate for a girlfriend to do wifely duties, such as looking out for a man when he's possibly down on luck? Okay, so let me answer that question. Do you care to join?
No, please, you.
Okay. No, Fergie, I don't know what you got to say.
No, you don't want to know what I have to say. You answer that.
Okay, so wifely duties, again, that is a marital responsibility. If you are carrying out those wifely duties in girlfriend status, then you have to be prepared to handle the emotional, physical, financial toll that comes along with the commitment of marriage. Otherwise, you shouldn't be doing it. What?
I just don't. I'm sorry.
Would you just talk?
No, it just doesn't make sense to me. See, what I'm trying to understand is because usually for a man, that's very uncomfortable for a man.
It is uncomfortable.
So they don't really, I know it's hard out there, but they're not going to really like you doing that sometimes. It just doesn't mess with their ego as a man to take care of his house. But, this is dating and not married. But still, as a man's ego, that bothers him if he's being taken care of from his girlfriend like it's his mother.
True. And that does cause other problems in the relationship, in the dating relationship, because the man feels like
I'm supposed to be doing more. I'm supposed to be providing more. I'm supposed to be the man of the house or the man of the relationship, being able to take care of you. But here you are taking care of me.
He should feel that way. They just take. As long as you're giving, they'll take. You gotta be careful from that.
So I think if a man feels that he is not providing or not carrying his fair share, he's gonna feel some kind of way about that, and that does mess with his emotions
and ego.
Right. So how much is too much? Okay, see, here's the thing I think. Too much. Here's the thing I think you made a mistake on. Mm. And this is really the problem with living together. Mm-hmm. Because you've given him the expectation that you got him, you're going to hold him down.
Because she's very stable,
yeah.
Sound like.
Yeah. Because you've given him the expectation and he's built his life basically around you holding him down. Now you're going to look like a butthole if you just like...
You know what, I'm gone. I'm done. Because you need to be a man, you need to do this, you need to stand up for yourself.
You're gonna feel some type of way, you're going to feel bad about doing it, and he's going to resent you for it because you've set up the expectation that he can rely on you. And that is something that a wife would do, but you're in girlfriend status. You see what I mean?
And what will happen if she does hold him down and let's say he don't get up?
Yeah.
Now right. you gonna be real. You find out, but you're gonna be real resentful. That's gonna get real tired real soon.
Yeah,
all that holding down.
See, this is what. So because you held him down so long, for this long, now you have to do the uncomfortable work of getting him back stable on himself.
See,
so
she has to.
Yeah, because he's now expecting her to do what she's been doing. And it's realistic for him to expect that because she's been doing it. Ooh. It's not right, but this is what happens when you move in and live together before this marriage.
And playing these roles.
How much is too much? He is not financially stable, and I'm wondering if I should advise him to find somewhere else to stay. Although he is not stable, he has no stable place to go. I mean,
see, now
I think. Problem. Yeah, it is your problem. You playing mama now.
Yeah.
For real.
You are.
So I do think that you should tell him.
You gotta find someplace else to stay in order for us to make this relationship work. Because I'm feeling like I'm taking care of you and I'm having to do these things that a wife should be doing or a mother.
He's gonna take that mother thing. That's gonna be a hit. That's gonna be a hit to his ego.
He might need that.
But I think that you should tell him that he needs to find someplace else to stay in order to save your relationship, if you still want to be in a relationship with him. Because the things that he is requiring and the things that you all are requiring of one another, you are not at the stage yet. He ain't put a ring on it, probably because he probably can't afford a ring.
Oh, no. In and out of jobs.
Right. But he hasn't asked you to marry him, and he hasn't done that. And so in order for you to keep the relationship, I think you all need to move out, and then you can date and within the financial means of the relationship.
Also, you
hold that thought.
Okay.
By dating in the financial means of the relationship is if you don't feel like you want to pay for something, then if you're not living together, you don't have to. But if you're living together and you got to eat food, so does he. But if y'all not living together, if he ain't eating, he'll figure out something. He'll go to get some tuna. Get some peanut butter and cracker sandwiches for dinner.
Right.
I've done it. It's delicious.
What?
Get some Ritz crackers. Get some peanut butter.
You do what you got to do.
But what were you going to say?
But I was going to say, if the other problem with holding him down, and let's say they do, with holding him down, she's setting up a precedent in their relationship that of some expectation that he'll always look for that if he's in and out of jobs all the time.
Right.
He'll be looking for you to hold him up every time, and you still ain't even wifey. Come on now. I can't even anymore.
That's a very good point. What we've seen in our business and in working with hundreds of couples is that if a man feels like a woman is going to solve all the problems,
he'll let you solve them all. Just see how that and do the popcorn. Come on, what are you gonna do? Do it. Yeah, that's popcorn. He's sitting back eating popcorn, and you working like a dog, just working to the bones, blood and sweat. I'm done. Go ahead. That's what I use when I feel like somebody slacking.
A man is slacking, and a woman is doing all the work.
That's a pet peeve.
It is a pet peeve of hers, and we see it a lot. We see it too much. But that behavior is learned because of situations like this, where the woman has been enabling the man to get by and then exercise his option to do as little or as much as he wants without many consequences except an attitude. Which, if he living and eating good at no cost to him, he'll deal with an attitude. I mean, if you give me a little attitude and I gotta, take this lip or, take this, frustration and you complaining, I'll deal with that.
And that's nothing compared to a roof over your head, food, wheat, barley, shelter.
And transportation.
What?
Right. We know someone that was helping her man pay his child support for his other children. That's pimping right there.
I'm going to breathe on that one.
All right. Should I advise him to find someplace else to stay? Yes, although he's not stable or even in the relationship. I don't think that you should end the relationship because your relationship has been put under the stress of marriage, which is not mature enough to handle. Mm-hmm. I think if you step back and start from different places where you live and see if your relationship can withstand the parameters in which he can provide.
Or just take care of himself. Step back and let him get stable.
That's what I was trying to say.
Yeah, and let him stand on his own feet.
But even in him getting stable, because I don't think you're like,
if you're not stable by Tuesday, then I'm done.
No, I don't mean that. I'm just saying the whole enabling thing.
However he becomes stable, getting a job or doing whatever, I think you should still continue in a relationship with him until you reach a point where you don't feel like this is not something that I want to do anymore.